am the best in the world at what I
have the balls
do.
to say things that nobody else has the balls. This is power. Nobody can touch me. This voice, this is power.
There is nobody that eats, sleeps, or breathes this business more than me.
You're not as good as I am.
I'm the best.
You're not as good as me. I never had to call myself the best in the world. Other people said it for me.
In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb.
I am part of a special I am one of a literal dying breed.
Everything I have, I've fought for and I've
Didn't care
earned.
what the hierarchy thought of us.
I wouldn't have 5 years of pent-up ammunition to unload on him. I wouldn't have so much to say.
And yeah, I got a bad attitude and a bad reputation.
I tend to piss a lot of people off.
But I didn't give a damn. And yeah, I developed a chip on my shoulder because I knew I was the best.
I am the best in the world at what I do.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Yeah. Man, in the house like a kitchen. Right.
Share if you care, you know what I'm saying? When you come across vital information, it's your obligation to share it with the nation. I say peace and benediction.
Right.
We're going in. So
Peace.
we got some shit to cover. You know what I'm saying? Crazy
Right.
story. You know, this how you say this lady's name?
Anne Heche.
H.
Yes. Yes.
From Wag the Dog.
Hmm.
You know, we covered this. We talked about this movie several times, and it's just crazy how one of the main characters from this story just checked out. You know, took that last ride. I think she died at what 53, right?
Yes. Right.
So she was in Donnie Brasco and a couple other films, but you know what I mean. But she was in that Wag the Dog movie where they orchestrated a fake war, you know what I'm saying, for political gain, you know. So
Right.
we talked about that early on with the Ukraine Russia situation. We pointed that out
Right.
on the rip. Right. They banned that video, you know what I mean? So they said it was copyright issues, so we're not gonna play no video clips. We're just gonna talk about, you know, these situations, and we're gonna run through this particular situation, you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you know, that movie Wag the Dog, you know what I'm saying? Came out
If you haven't seen it.
you know, so you see, like, this is the boy in the background, Robert De Niro. He's the shady boy that gets his director to orchestrate, you know, a whole fake situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Get the guy to produce it.
You know, truth is stranger than fiction. You know what I mean? Because these people fake this whole situation that, you know, we about to unveil in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so Pope broke this story to me. You know what I'm saying? He put it all together. We just,
Right.
you know, we just kick it through the door with it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, keep in mind that when they do stories like this, I wouldn't be surprised if you see, you know, a story about Dustin Hoffman in the news, or if you see a story about Robert De Niro in the news coming up. Because
Right.
three main characters in that show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Now.
they saying that this lady, she drove. Now I'm gonna pass it over to you, and I'm gonna let you just run down some of the statistics and what's going on here. You know what I mean? 'Cause this
Righteous. Yes. Now, see, what we have here is this is supposed to be the end result of this woman driving her Mini Cooper through apparently this little hole in the wall right here and went directly through the garage. And this is supposed to be the end result of her vehicle. After crashing 3 times prior to this. Now, I know the physics, and that Mini Cooper couldn't have had one accident and got back up to 90 miles an hour that they said she was driving through the neighborhood.
You know, keep in mind this is a movie orchestrated situation. So, like in the movies, you know how like a car could like drive off a cliff, you know, fly head on into another car, drive under a bus, get the roof knocked
Right.
off. You know what I'm saying? And it still keep on trucking. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
shout out to the Mini Cooper motherfuckers. You know, they say BMW owns Mini Cooper as of 2001.
Right.
They actually jacked that the whole Mini Cooper style from the Honda. Honda was the what I told you was the E60.
E360.
The Honda N360. You know what I'm saying? So but anyway, this must be a phenomenal car that can
Right.
withstand 3 major accidents and then drive through a wall, you know,
Right.
and still be intact. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because when we're looking at this damage right here, we see mainly fire damage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even like with the wheels, see look like if you see the locals on the ground, like the wheel is off on the ground. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if that wheel was off on the ground, it would have had to come off as she was plowing through the crib. You know what I mean?
Right. And one of the things you don't see is no water. That car would have been dragging hella water if they was pulling that. You know what I'm saying? Dragging it.
Yeah, it looked like
They said they.
burned up. But
Right.
you know when a car is burnt up and then they hit it with the water, it looked like it got mud on it. Like it'd be like
Right. Steaming.
like the ash and all that start turning to sludge. You know what I mean?
Right. Willie beaming. Now.
So describe what we're looking at right here.
Now this is when she gets up out of the gurney that they had her in, that they actually tied her down with a bow instead of like a belt. You know how it clips together like that. If you notice, there's a gurney behind the firefighter who should not be putting her in the back of an ambulance. They got people for that.
Yeah, why would a
Now.
put somebody in an ambulance? That is kind of strange. Like, it reminds
Right.
me of the Floyd situation, like with when they had the cops that put they got out the paramedic. You know, the
Right.
ambulance. It was like state troopers that got out the ambulance and put George Floyd in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's funny how these
It's
people
like-
be having like when they show us these stuff on TV, like people be having like double jobs, like
Right.
the state trooper. Like, it's just like in the movies, you know. The state trooper in the scene is also the paramedic in the next scene, right?
Yep, and also the judge.
You're right. It's just like the firefighters in one scene and they the paramedics in the other scene, but they forgot to
Right.
change their
Outfits.
because they're still wearing the firefighter uniform.
Right. And where did they find an extra gurney?
Right. So now this is the back of the car, right? Now,
Yes.
Again, now just to add to what you were saying, the veggie back, what you were saying. The back of the window, that joint look pretty clean. It don't look like it just got hit with no water.
No water at all.
Where the water at on the ground?
Yes. Been dragging water.
Yeah, like it should be water everywhere. If they hit that joint with the water all crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. In addition to that, where's that old ass dent in the back of her car?
Maybe what we're looking at is somebody pulling a wrecked car up to this sidewalk instead of pulling off
Right.
of it. So maybe that's what we look
And
at.
this in particular person right there that's standing there. Oh yeah, he gonna come into the play a little bit further down the line.
All right. So let's start to dive into the meat and the potatoes of this.
Yes.
That's the preliminary. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we go through this big slide right here and just point out some of these things. Just like Arsenio used to say back in the day, things that make you go,
Hmm.
We do a lot of this work on this channel. We point out things in the news that just don't look right, or just don't sit right,
Right.
with intelligent people who have a detective eye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like they say with overthinkers. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are underthinkers out here. But overthinkers, they will exploit something that doesn't make sense until they or somebody is forced to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So
And
that's what we doing with all of this. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
You might hear us say that more than once. You know what I mean? As
Right.
we get into this. So
It's simple physics.
So Pope, let's get you to lead with this. And,
Okay.
explain to us what we're looking at right here.
All right. Well, we're looking at the story that says it took at least 30 minutes for the fire department to douse the flames, extract the car, and pull her out the car. And they said firefighters are being seen outside the home. And if you look closer, that little
Hold on. I don't want you to just. I know you think fast, but I need you to just slow down for a minute because.
yes, sir.
You said that it took them how long to put out this fire?
30 minutes. Now the axe. They had what?
I said, how many firefighters? They only had two. Why it take so long? And if it took
They,
that long, how do we explain her condition in the first picture? If she was in that fire
Right.
for 30 minutes, we should have been looking at some
ashes.
some 5-minute bacon in the microwave. You know what I'm saying?
Right. She
You
she wouldn't have been able to get back up.
put bacon in the microwave for 5 minutes. That's what she would have been looking like if she was in that fire for 30 minutes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So,
And shout out to super firefighters.
Yeah, so one of those poor drivers. So again, how many firefighters was it?
They said it was 59 firefighters. And see, the next story is it was 59 firefighters and 65 minutes. So
59 firefighters.
apparently,
It took 59 firefighters over a half an hour to put out a car fire.
exactly. They said it engulfed.
Now over here in Philly, there was a fire like a couple weeks back, probably like 2 weeks back. I recorded on in West Philly, and it was a fire that jumped to 3 houses, right?
Right.
And like 15 officers put out a fire that jumped from 3 houses.
Right.
In about 20 minutes.
Right.
So somebody make sense. Somebody make this make sense to me. How does it take 59 firefighters upwards of 50 minutes to put out a fire?
Right. Exactly.
Car fire at that. Like I said, and I got another video. I got a video on my channel of a car fire that you can look at. That was on Shellham Avenue, and they put that fire out in a couple seconds.
Right.
So make it make sense.
That's
you know what I'm saying.
right.
I'm gonna move up the next slide. Right.
Yes.
Let me go drop this package off real quick.
Yes, sir.
Give me like 2 seconds, but you introduce this next slide while I.
Oh yeah. Now on this one here, it's talking about the actress is being rolled into an ambulance the day of the accident. Now, one of the things that we notice is the fact that that's not an emergency vehicle. It's not an ambulance, don't have lights on it. Also, where did they get that extra gurney? Because there's not another ambulance out there. And no other vehicle would have been able to just drop that off. Now, on there also, she was alive when they took her up out of there. Now, the next slide you're seeing is the actual accident that they assume that happened. When they're showing that the first white arrow is showing where they said that the car went through the house. Now, the exit route they took is through the neighbor's house and around the fire trucks out to this little vehicle that you see way further out there. Now, when the brother get back in there, we're going to see how this all correlates. Now, shout out to y'all that's tuning in. Philadelphia, California, where the truth is undefeated. You know, you got to say rest in peace. Rest in power to Anne Heche as we going through separating facts from fiction.
So what I missed? Let's recap real quick.
All right, let's recap real quick. Now, the first picture they show is they say an actress is being rolled into the ambulance the day of the accident. First off, the vehicle doesn't have any emergency lights. Also, there wasn't another ambulance on the scene. So why did they have an extra gurney sitting on the side of the? They had to pull that out in order to get her inside that one. Now, when they took her, right.
A lot of confusion we looking at right here.
Right. And as you can tell, okay. Right. No, that's cool. Yep. And they said it took her away. And the second photo.
Now, I'm trying to figure out how is it like did all of these trucks pull up like see like, like how did they get there like that?
Right. They strategically pulled up.
Right. It looked almost like they all came at the same time. It don't look like
Right.
Like when fire trucks when it's a fire like trucks come from all over the place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like for them to get there and to have that congestion like that, it would kind of signify that they all got there at this, you know what I'm saying, at the same time.
Exact same time. Yep.
Right.
And they set up the route.
Like you would think like one would be right here, one would be catty corner, one would be down the block, another one, you know what I'm saying, will pull up on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Right.
So they would be more spaced out like that than that.
Right. Now
think about other first responders that might have got there before fire trucks, like police officers. You know what I'm saying?
Everything would have been pulled up.
It's just you just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fire trucks right here. That's
Right.
Number 6. Right. Now,
Look.
and we we saw that number. They showed us that number 39. You know what I'm saying? So we had to get into that in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To see what's this significance to that, right?
Right. And see, one of the things too, that first arrow is where the accident happened. Where they pulled her from is from the neighbor's house. They cut a hole in the grass in order to bring her through the neighbor's house and bring her that same route over to that awaiting vehicle. The accident happened at the first arrow.
Somebody make it make sense.
That car did not go through there.
Right. It doesn't seem like it. We already showed that there wasn't no water on the ground.
Right.
They said they put the water out. They said they doused his car with water. Obviously. How else would they put the fire out? So
right.
Where's the water at? And why? And the path of the car doesn't make sense. You know what
right.
Something's wrong here.
Right.
Are they wagging the dog? Are they wagging the dog here?
Right.
As usual? Right. How many times is a coincidence possible before it's bad thing possible? You know?
Right.
Let's go to the next slide.
Right.
We need somebody with arrow things to hit the slide. It'd be like
yeah.
Slide. You know what I mean?
Right.
That shit needs to be voice activated. You know what I mean?
There it is.
Game up or the inevitable is gonna happen. You know?
Right.
Whatever. So all right, what
now,
are we looking at here?
Now it says the property. Look, they said properly. They didn't even spell it right. Has been destroyed according to the LAFD. And that's got to be laughing in your face, like, has been cordoned off. Now, there's not a single tire mark or sign of water on that property.
I don't even see no broke up bushes. Like that hole looks like some movie shit. That shit look like like in the movies when somebody run to the wall and they just jump through the wall and it'd be like a perfect shot of them going through the wall. Like that's what that shit look like. Like you would see like all kind of ruptured bushes. You know what I'm saying?
Something.
The leaves scattered everywhere, tire marks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cracked sidewalk or something.
And she couldn't have drove into the garage.
Some black lines from the caked up oil from the undercarriage of the car that would have scraped the bottom of the sidewalk right there. Like, where is all of that shit at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what accidents look like. You know,
right.
I've seen plenty of accidents. You know, plenty of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's how all of that shit would look right there. We're like hitting the oil pan crack oil on the ground and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck is that shit at?
Right. Look,
window washing fluid, bumper pieces of the bumper lights.
Right. All kind of shit. Melted.
Pretty clean coming through here. Look like somebody came through with the bushes with the hedge cutter and just cut a hole in the bush right here.
That's how they got her out. We're gonna go further.
But even if they argue, they say, "Oh, we cut a hole in the bush." Okay, if you cut a hole in the bush, then where's the shit at on the ground? Well, I guess y'all y'all cleaned and sweep the shit out before y'all. Okay, all right.
There's not even footprints. Muddy footprints.
I didn't know firefighters run around with hedge clippers.
Look.
And the firefighters had hedge clippers, man. So you know, make it make sense to me, man. Like how y'all say that y'all cut the hole in this bush. Where's the shit out on the ground? You think they do? Do you really think that if they did manage to get a couple of hedge clippers and cut a hole in the joint, you think they really would have took the time to sweep that shit up while it was inside somebody's house? Think about it.
No.
Make it
Yes. What's wrong with this picture? And the second one, it says, I was positive the driver was dead, that she had burned up. The neighbor told DailyMail.com. That they just happen to have the phone number of.
So she was positive. How was she positive? You know,
Right.
like if you see somebody laid out on the ground with their head open, right?
Yeah.
And all kinds of life and stuff coming out of them, right?
Right.
And they ain't moving, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, this person is passed.
Yes.
That's how you're positive that somebody's passed. Like, this person is like, they clearly are checked out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to give them the is he dead cake.
Again, not like in the movies when the car fly off the cliff and it hit the ground and the fireball, and then you say, ooh, he did. And then, 2 seasons later, that person come back from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't one of those
Smoking.
Like, this is real
Right.
life. So how can
Right.
this person say? How can this person say, without looking suspicious, by the way, that they were positive
Right.
that this person had passed?
Right. That she had burned up. You would have seen a melted body.
Something wrong with that. I'm asking y'all to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
And whose house is this?
Why you smashing that like button and the subscribe button? Make it make sense. Help me to make it make sense. Help me to make it make sense in the comments, please. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That,
Look.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do nothing else, please interact with this post. Help us to make sense of this. If we're looking at this the wrong way, then let us know. If we're wrong about something here,
Right.
Right. This is a group discussion. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it makes sense to me. Am I off base so far?
Yes. And whose house is this?
I don't think so. I think something is wrong.
This house can't be on the same block.
Something wrong with this here. Shit. And it's like, all right, make it a challenge. Share it to.
There it is.
Share it to some of your sharpest contemporaries, right? People
Right.
who be like those know-it-alls in your camp that say, yeah, this and that. Send this shit to them and ask them to make sense of it. Oh no, actually, it's yeah. Type it in. Please help me make sense of this.
Right.
I welcome being wrong, because that's the only way you're gonna get right. And I'm trying to make sense of this here. So somebody help me make this make sense.
Yes. Because this house smoking?
Because right now I'm smelling baloney.
Exactly. Oscar Mayer.
Oscar is in the back seat with his shoes off.
Whew.
You know what I'm saying?
The Wienermobile.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something is going on here.
And this ain't even the house. Where the hell did you find this house? This ain't the neighbor's house that looks like it. Pull that back. Right. Right. Where'd you find this house smoking? This don't even look nothing like the neighbor's house.
All right, let's go to the next slide, man.
Yes. Ah, yes. If she burned up in this car,
So what we looking at right here, man?
this is supposed to be the inside of the Mini Cooper.
Oh, okay. So all right, she was inside this car.
Yes, is what is stated.
All right. Do y'all remember when the boy, what's his name, Paul Walker? Remember Paul Walker was in the car crash?
Right.
Forgive me for not having that prepared. This is actually like freestyle. We do knowledge freestyle. Right. But remember Paul Walker? And remember when they said he hit he hit the quad when he was doing the turn and banged out all crazy. And,
melted.
He got buckled up in the joint, and
Mm-hmm.
the car was just like completely like
Engulfed.
incinerated. You know what I'm saying? Almost
Right.
like something like a missile hit that joint or something, right?
Right.
Did he survive that?
No.
Like,
No. Not at all.
Was he available for was he available for comment?
No.
Did anybody even get to see what he looked like after that?
No.
So it's just something to consider. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we looking at similar carnage here, you know, again, inside of a car when it's fire and when it's fire and it's being burnt up like that,
Right.
it's like almost or even probably 2,000 degrees inside the car, right?
Right.
There's all kind of chemicals that's burning, right? Toxic chemicals that's burning, right? So you know, in fires, a lot of times people die from smoke inhalation. So just think about it. Look at the driver's seat. Look at the seat.
Look.
And think of a person sitting right there while all of the dashboard and all that shit is melting around them, right?
Right.
They would like literally probably had to peel this person off of the car, out of the car.
Right. Tell me why there ain't a drop of water.
Right. Make it make sense to me.
An unmelted water bottle?
It makes sense to me because we can remember in the first one of the first pictures that we saw her being put into
The back of
by the firefighters, right? And we'll expound on that in a little bit more in a minute.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, but just look at what we're looking at right here.
Right.
Does that match? Does this damage to this car match the type of injuries that she looked like she had from that still shot?
Sustained. Right. It says an interior shot shows the Mini Clubman's airbag had blown out, along with most of the decor being burnt through following the crash. What smoke inhalation or serious burns did she get from this? Like her cigarette lighter didn't.
Not just fire burns, but chemical burns too.
Right. You cannot show me an unmelted water bottle in the driver's seat, bro, where she would have been sitting.
Now listen, I want to know what water bottle company is that?
Arrowhead, they got the best water bottles.
Yeah, they got a hell of a water bottle right there. So I guess maybe you know what? I know what happened. They're gonna say that the water from the inside of the bottle kept it from melting.
Wow.
That's what they're gonna say.
But where's there's not. They could have used the water inside there and just sprinkled it on the car. There's not a drop of water in that car.
It was holy water in that bottle.
It should have saved her life.
I'm sorry, I tried not to laugh.
Here they go throwing numbers at us.
It'd be holy water in that bottle.
Woo.
That's the water in that bottle. That's the water that they use to put the fire out.
Right. It said in a tweet.
Was going to tell you. You know.
Right. In the second picture.
That's what TD Jakes and the second picture and Creflo Dollar. That's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you that the water in that bottle was holy water, and they used that water in that bottle to put out the whole fire in the car. Because that's the only way that plastic bottle be right there. Do you see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at here? Yeah. That this
And the airbag not melted.
Like, have you ever burned a plastic bottle before? I mean, if those of us who have like fancy lighters, you know, you tested
Right.
a couple of times. You burnt some shit for no good reason. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know how plastic will crumble under its intense heat? Like, not even direct flame, just intense heat.
Yeah.
So simply, I'm just going to ask straightforward. Why is that bottle still there? Make sense to me. Again.
Yes.
Get your knowledge gurus and go get your smart guys and your know-it-alls and those people
Yep.
in your camp that would challenge this. We all know somebody would have some explanation for this.
Right.
And I'm saying,
Please find them.
I want to hear from them.
Please.
Well, my dad, he's a firefighter, and one time
Experience this.
Expound on this, and more importantly, I really want to know what company was this? Is this Deer Park?
Right.
Is this Evan? Is that Evan? That looked like a Deer Park bottle, or maybe it's a Poland Spring. Maybe it's Poland Spring. What you think?
Man, and what's up with that airbag? I want to know. They just air dried that shit.
I think that looked like Poland Spring.
Man.
Maybe it's one of those that's like Mountain Fresh or something. That's like one of those value
Arrowhead.
Yeah, that's like doing them value family. That's one of them Family Dollar waters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's saying.
Hey, and where is the?
If they selling water, and you know what? I'm not even surprised. It's Family Dollar. They selling water in flame retardant plastic. That's why it's cheap like that. You're drinking the crazy flame retardant chemicals and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the wrapper, but not even just the plastic though, but the paper on the wrapper. That's amazing.
Right. Unharmed.
That reminds me of those magical passports. Those magical passports from 9/11 that blew up and burnt up and fell down
And floated.
through 1,000-degree temperatures of fire and soot and ash and
Soot.
let it ever so gracefully on the ground for everybody
Right.
to see.
As evidence.
Unscathed.
It said it was us.
In light of that, I think that we don't give these paper makers their credit because these people are very, 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 very undervalued people. You know what I'm saying?
Contributors.
Their craft and skill has defied physics. Apparently.
Right. The law of physics.
Yeah, I don't see anybody talking about that on Entertainment Tonight. I don't see why these people not like the Michael Jordans of like paper document craftsmanship. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Who made that?
Why many?
I want to know.
Right.
Who made this shit? And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same. If it's the same people. It's the same people. The same people who made the 9/11 passports. They made that plastic bottle.
Right. Indestructible.
Right.
Like the crush proof box on Newport.
I need my phone case to be made out of that plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Look, and in the next picture, they expect us to believe that a Mini Cooper drove through there.
Yo, that's a mini.
I don't care if it was a Clubman.
That look like a mini tank, one of them APC Jones that you get on Grand Theft Auto. That
Right.
Like the Batmobile with the tanks on it. Ain't a Mini Cooper plow through no shit like that.
Nah. And toward it.
That's enough. Look, you see? Let's do some physics right here. You see the five pieces, two right here, and it's enough space for at least 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
How long is the Mini Cooper?
Yep. The Clubman even. I mean,
We're talking about a Mini Cooper. We're not talking about a mini trailer. That's just, that hole could compensate a trailer right there.
And where did it tear the corner of the house off?
You know, one of those Toyota Siennas or something, right?
Right.
That's like a Sienna size. That's like a Sienna size hole right there.
Right. And once again, there ain't no fucking water.
Like, look, that's not a Mini Cooper hole. Look how it's standing up in the hole.
No. They said in a tweet it took 50.
This must have hit like a shed or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
This could be somebody's house. Where's
Not at all.
Where's the insulation at? Is this like a garage or something? That looks like some type of
Right. And there's too much shit in there for that car to drive past it.
It must get pretty.
It wouldn't have drove through that shit. Right. 59 firefighters, 65 minutes.
Now, all right. I don't even see. It's not even enough shit in there to have to take 65 minutes to put that shit up. And
Not at all.
I still see color in there. That shit should be looking like fucking King's Landing inside of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit should be looking like 912 inside of there. I still see color in there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
65 minutes.
Put out wood blades.
Again, the fire that was in West Philly the other day, it took maybe 20, 30 minutes for that fire to jump from 3 houses.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Burnt in one house, the whole back of the house got burnt up.
Mm-hmm.
Trash, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
65 minutes. That don't look like 65-minute burn. That don't look like 10-minute burn.
Mm-mm. It couldn't. They could have threw buckets of water on that shit and put it out.
That shit don't even look like a motherfucking deep fried turkey fire.
Right.
It's deep fried turkeys cause more fire than that.
Right. Not a drip of water.
Makes sense to me. This is crazy.
Where in the hell are they pulling this from?
In Los Angeles, that crane used to extract Anne from her car, the house she crashed into in the scene on fire.
What? Look, first they got a little purple blurred out section right there.
Did they use a Ukraine?
Right. To extract her from the car, right?
Oh, my fault. We'll get to that in a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shocking images also show the burnt out wreckage of the Mini Clubman.
Yes.
So she had a Clubman.
Right.
A Mini Cooper. As it was
It's a Mini Cooper Clubman, which is just the extended version.
the extended version, right? Yeah. The extended little version, right?
Right.
It's still little, right? Okay.
Where's the smoking car?
Now it was towed out of a hedge. Look at what it says.
Yep.
Towed out of a hedge. Now, it doesn't say it's towed out of a house. Now look at that sidewalk right there. Look at that sidewalk.
Right.
Now, look at this. Look at the sidewalk right there. Look at the edge right there. So if she barreled out of control, she hit that curb head on. Boom.
Yeah.
Hitting that curb right there alone would have slowed down a lot of her momentum. How she plow all
Yeah.
into the house after that? Then to me,
If you
that means I would think that person had turbo back boosters on, and they hit the jets to go in the house. That's what it looked like.
Yes. And if you look a little closer,
What's that movie where that person is driving through the building?
oh, in the little car,
Yeah, this
Fast and Furious.
Driving through the building as is like collapsing or some shit. And
Look, they so stupid they left a retaining wall. Look at the wall over there, right behind the guy that's standing in front of the car.
right.
There is a retaining wall that car physically
explain to people what is a retaining wall.
The retaining wall is what they use to drag the vehicle out of the house, and they're also at the beginning part, which we'll see soon, is when they.
So a retaining wall is not the structure around the house to prevent like impacts, like I don't know, maybe
This.
a car plowing into it.
Yes. And physically, how close that car is to the ground. I think she would have stopped at that bush. Because soon as she would have hit that curb, that tore her front up. And that shit's already on the ground. That car is already on the ground.
They don't ride high off the ground.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't ride high off the ground. They sit low to the ground. So that means that whole front end would have been mashed up. She'd have been mashing up that front end as she was going up on the sidewalk through the bush,
Right.
past the wall into the house, all the way into.
Right. All the way.
Turbo back boosters. I'm trying to tell you, yo. She had the turbo back boosters.
Because there was no tire tracks on the ground.
Man, I know what it was. They were trying to get good old shoe back to Washington.
Right. In the plane.
Yeah, they was getting private shoe back. They were trying to get private shoe back to Washington, and they put the turbo.
Mr. Schumacher.
On the they put the turbo back boosters on the Mini Cooper and accidentally drove into the building.
Man. While he was playing.
You can't make this up. I mean, somebody did, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, this just the slides. We ain't even getting to the video of this shit.
Robert De Niro did this, man. Why he did this?
Yeah.
Why would he do this?
Let's see what we got here.
All right, let me go to the next slide.
40s. Oh, yeah. See.
Now, get out of town and take the ferry to heaven.
Right.
Because again, from that inferno that car had been through, completely melted all of. How she even still got skin on her back?
That's a tank top. She's still wearing her tank top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how she even had skin on her back, let alone a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
And her hair wasn't cooked. Look. You can see that's a put together roof. If you look to the right of the firefighters, they just peeled that section off. I ain't never seen a house roof come together like that.
She'd have been looking like
A matchstick. When Daffy Duck wife slap his bill off, and you just all black. That's exactly what she would have looked like.
I'm trying to think who's the boy from the comic books with the motorcycle and the head of fire and shit. What's his name, man?
Not Knight Rider. What's that shit?
She'd have been looking Cajun.
Right. Nicholas Cajun.
Yeah, she'd have been Nicholas Cajun. Like a motherfucker. Come on, man.
Right.
Make it make
Look.
sense to me, yo.
Right. How they pick the...
Ghost Rider. Yeah, she'd have been looking like fucking Ghost Rider.
Right. And look how the roof came apart.
She'd have been looking like that. Yoga flamed out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Right. Look, and they said she was conscious, and at one point in the video...
She was close to that water bottle.
Right. She could be seen sitting up on the stretcher. and seemingly arguing with the firefighters while trying to escape. Say that right there.
Say that right there. You see her elbows planted? See how her shoulders is up? She got her elbows
Yeah.
planted. You know, so that's an aerial view.
Yeah.
But you know, just based on the cool, you familiar with artistry, you know, drawing and shit like that helps with that. But you can see how her shoulders is like, her elbows is like down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's not
Right.
laying flat down. Yeah. Right. She's like propped
Right.
up like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She's up.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this.
Yep.
She's on her elbows.
Yep.
Now just think about
Trying to get out.
Let's say you got burnt up all on your legs and your face and the front of your arms and all that. You don't want to lay on that. When you get burnt, that shit, you don't want that shit to touch nothing. You know what I'm saying? That shit stings and it hurts. You know, so she ain't gonna just be laying comfortably. You know, especially if you're conscious, and she's clearly conscious right here. Right. Because it ain't because I ain't never seen nobody, unless you from Kensington, I ain't never seen nobody knocked out like that.
Right.
Unless you running down a line, running down the street for a sample of the first of the month, you don't sleep like that.
Right. And it says Anne was conscious, and at one point in the video, she could be seen sitting up on a stretcher and seemingly arguing with the firefighters while trying to escape. I can't make that shit up.
That elbow was definitely planted, man. That elbow was definitely planted.
Yeah.
Now, with the bottom process, how did they pick apart the roof like that? So
Yeah, look to the right of the firefighters. They peeled that off. That's a section that come on there. You ain't got to be a roofer to know that shit put together. That's Legos.
So
Roof don't come off like that.
So just to be clear, that's a section of the roof of the house?
Yeah, they saying that she drove her car through there. And ignited the whole house.
Okay, so some of y'all out there that's gonna watch this, you know somebody that build houses. You know what I'm saying? Your uncle, or your cousin, your in-laws, or somebody. You know somebody who builds houses and shit. You know what I mean? You know somebody that builds that million. Ask them to make sense of this. You know, even real roof parts.
Right.
You know, just like when the Pentagon situation, they had a 16-foot hole that 149 by 150 foot plane was supposed to fit into. A 16-foot hole.
Right.
Make it make sense. Right. And not an engine part. You know how big an engine is on a
right. Or it had to have propellers. If it ain't an engine, it got to have propellers.
All of that shit. And that shit went through 16 concrete wall and just make it make sense to me. David Blaine was in the scene that day. Just like David Blaine was in the day. You know what I'm saying? That was David Blaine water bottle. That's right. She was in
that nigga was hiding in the water bottle.
I just seen a little Mini Cooper looking car right here. But she was in the car with David Blaine earlier that day. That explains
right.
And David Blaine left his magical water in there, and you know that's what prevented her.
Somehow she woke up.
That prevented her from being flamed up in that joint. You know what I mean? That's
right.
But you know, keep in mind that at 39. And you see how it's turned upside down, right? The inverse. So when you see a 6 and I see a 9, right?
Right.
I see a 9 and you see a 6. You know,
and in California.
So keep in mind of that. Keep in mind that this this 6339 symbolism that we're looking at
Right. Next slide. Now, what they accidentally show you here
yeah, you gotta listen.
is if you look at
You gotta yell that out. You gotta yell it out when we next slide. You know what I'm saying?
next slide. Next slide. Okay.
Next slide. Okay. Next slide.
Right. Okay. Now, what they accidentally show you here is how number 5 is the neighbor's house. Number 1 is supposedly where she crashed through the house. Number 5 is where they bring her out the house. Now, as you can tell from this aerial view,
Hold up. What the fuck?
huh?
Hold up. What?
Yes. I told you this is some shit for us, boy.
Mrs. Pac-Man. What's this white lady
Right.
name again? Hinch.
Anne Heche. Anne Heche.
Hinch. The end.
Hinch.
Just like Boner is Boehner. Just like John Boner is Boehner.
Right.
Her name is Hinch. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
If Boner can be said as Boehner, then
And
whatever her name is can be said as Hinch. She's a Hinch.
yeah.
She's a henchman. She was a henchman though. Remember?
Right.
In the show.
Right.
On the show, she was a henchman.
Right.
She was a pitchable hatchman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Right.
to Eagle. You know what
Right.
I mean? She was a pitchable hatchman or a pitchable hatchet.
Right.
I don't know her background. Maybe she's a hatchina.
Right.
Pitchable hatchina. But this is definitely pitchable Miss Pac-Man though.
Right.
Because how the hell? Because she pitched herself through. How she pitched herself through 1 and come out of 2?
She come out now. They cut a hole, just like you said. They cut a hole in the grass in order to bring her around.
Yo, look how deep she drove. Like, you can't tell me that she wasn't accelerating. Like, if this is real,
Right.
if this is a real thing, right?
Yeah.
And I know if you got y'all know somebody that's gonna say this is y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't possibly, be lying about this. They couldn't possibly,
Right. No.
tell you something that's not true, right? But
Right.
all of y'all know somebody that can verify this, or they're gonna at least attempt to. So
Right.
They would have to, just by the law of physics, she would have to be accelerating over that curve.
Tell me how she got through the house.
And I'm not even going to say her. The driver. That's what
Right.
I'm going to say. The driver of this vehicle. Because we don't even know if it's her.
Right.
We don't know if it's her, if she was driving the car.
Right.
We don't know for real. And a lot of times,
Right.
people not okay with just being real and saying, hey, I don't know.
Right.
People, they try to make shit that don't make sense make sense.
Make it fit. Yeah, they try to make it fit.
So we challenge y'all. Make it make sense. How she gonna
Yep.
run and come out too?
Yep. Look, and where's the house?
Now explain 3, 4, and 5. I'm stuck on 1 and 2, but maybe if you explain 3, 4, and 5, that'll help me. How she gonna run and come out too?
And what the fuck is smoking back in number 2? That's not even a part of the house that she would have drove through it. Come on.
Like, all right, this is the thing. If she went in 1, then she would have literally paved the way, just like that hole suggested.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why would they have to go in 2 to get her out of 1? And then think about
Right.
like just like the law of physics. If this car has plowed straight into this house, right?
How would it happen? Yeah.
That means that they had to go in on an angle at 2 to pull her out, essentially dragging the car through the house on an angle. Because
Right.
They wouldn't have been able to get it from the back. They wouldn't have been able to just pull it from the side. They had to get it from the front and then drag it through the house.
Make it make sense.
Now think about this. They had to drag it through the house bumper first. So we would have seen
Right.
that car coming out face first, not ass.
Yep.
Right?
And you mean you pulled her out the car too?
They saying that it came out of 2. They already showed us video of it being dragged out of 1. I mean, I already showed us. Well, we already showed you a picture of it being dragged out of 1. Right?
Yep.
Now,
That's what they said. They said it came out of 1.
Remember, now this is the aerial view. So remember the sidewalk. Remember, it was dragging the car off of the sidewalk.
Right. Mhm.
So look at where 2 is. Now, unless it's another tight turn right there and a sidewalk over there, and we can't see because there's a tree right there. That's the only thing that would suggest. But given the area around these houses,
Right.
the block doesn't look like it's narrow like that. So
Right.
And in fact, if you look over the tree, over where 2 is, you see the roof of another house. So
Right.
So there's no way. So unless they went up on somebody else's driveway, maybe it's like a little cul-de-sac right there behind that tree, and they pulled it out that way, that would be the only way. But even still, make it make sense. How did they pull it out ass first?
Look at the next slide.
If it drove in face first going through 1, how they pull it out ass first out of 2?
Look at the next picture.
Make it make sense.
There is a fucking retaining wall right there. That car cannot physically get up over that. Why is the house smoking and there's no car in there?
Right.
There's not a tire track, not a fucking thing that you can show me.
Now, that question. if the car was burning inside the house, right?
How'd it get there?
If the car was burning inside the house for over a half an hour, how did it not burn the house? And we only looking at smoke, what looks to seem to be smoke damage.
Right. It seems like water is being poured on it. That's white smoke.
Right. That's not black smoke.
Now,
That's not. You know what I'm saying?
look.
And we don't even see charred. We don't even see charred siding. Like look all around where the side. Look and why
Right.
plants there? Why?
Look.
What is this? What is the shit at
The plant. Look, they cut the side. Look, they showing you all the tree that they cut through. Look, you see? That's the neighbor's house.
Car plowed through the foundation of a house, through the side of a house.
Right.
Those pots in the back, they're gonna be knocked over. Even just all that commotion back there, them moving around.
Right.
You can't tell me that not one of those pots would be knocked over.
I want you to focus on that one plant.
And don't be a cheerleader. Let me know if you think I'm reaching a little bit. If you're saying, oh,
Right.
man, fuck the pot. But there's enough evidence
No.
here to suggest that something is nefarious, to say the least. So
Right.
I don't put that past none of these people. So I'm just paying attention to detail as you should. What's
Yes.
What's up with these pots right here? What's up with this?
Why is there no water in the hoses?
No water on the ground. Listen, when there's a fire, there's a lot of water.
Yes.
Water everywhere. Like even if I took my garden hose and I just went
Right.
to town all on the side of my house and all on my driveway, and that shit's gonna be wet with my garden hose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's not a drip of water.
So think about the high-powered hose that firefighters carry.
Right.
They got hoses that's powerful enough to knock a lot of that siding right off, just the sheer velocity of the water.
Let's go 50s and 60s. They had water hoses that knocked us down. I'm just saying.
Right. So make it make sense to me.
Now that orange pot is going to be their demise. Next slide. Okay. What we got here? They had to inverse the picture of this house. The license plate is backwards, all the way backwards. Now, there hasn't been a drip of water put on the house or that car.
And again, like we said, the car is backwards. You know what I'm saying? Now the plate is backwards,
Right.
but the car is backwards. So how
Right.
did they drag it out the house? How did they drag it out the house?
And the retaining wall is still there. Physically, that car can never jump that.
And if they dragged it out the house, right? How did they drag it out the house? From the bumper? The bumper. Look how flimsy the bumper is hanging off.
Right. There's no tire tracks. Listen, I gotta go take this real quick. Hold on. Explain that to these people real quick, man. This is crazy. Man. They say minutes later, Anne crashed into a 738 square foot 2-story home along the same street, causing the house and the actress to become engulfed in flames. Her car is seen after the crash. See, I mean, you give an individual an opportunity to study. These are the kind of things we come up with. Now, I mean, here it is. It's about 6:50 over in Philly. Grand Rising to my brothers and sisters. And over here it's 3:50 in the morning. Ah, yes. Now, this picture says that the
Hold on. Look. Do you need me to move forward or
Oh, no. We good because they said that she had 2 dogs and a tortoise.
So it says Anne crashed into a 738 square foot 2-story home along the street, causing the house and the actress's car to become engulfed in flames. Her car seen after the crash.
Now, tell me that car that's scorched like that.
I want to point out. Look how burnt up the car is.
Right.
Look at the hole. Now look forward of the car.
Right.
Do you see? But does the fire that this car, the fire damage that this car has experienced, does it match with
Nope.
inside of
The house? Nope.
Like,
No.
I'm talking about like fire. This is like not like
Fire.
This is not the deep fried turkey.
Right.
This ain't the deep fried turkey. This
Talking about wit flame.
Yeah. This is and a lot of soot too. A lot of things
Soot.
burning. Oil, gas, fluids,
Water.
plastics.
Where's the water? Water has not been on the ground.
So it's a lot of nastiness that will be caked on the all on the inside of that structure right there. If that fire was burning that long for this car car to look like this. I'm just saying.
That car would be smoking. That car would be smoking. Between heat and everything else, that car would have been smoking.
And like, look at the ground. See, the ground is like gravel right there. Now this is
right.
That's the that this has got to be like a smoking gun if you can understand what you're looking at right here.
Right.
The ground is gravel, so you're not going to tell me that water dried up that fast on dirt. Maybe on concrete. Maybe you would have got. Maybe you could have possibly got away with saying that on concrete. You know,
right.
You know-it-all friends. That's gonna say.
Right.
You know, oh, well, actually, if it, and the sun.
Show me one tire track.
Just explain where's the drag marks at from the other car or vehicle or crane or whatever that you use to drag it out of there.
Let's talk about the retaining wall. From the other picture. Physically, that thing can't get it over.
This is not a Tesla truck here. This is not a Jeep Wrangler. This is not even a Ford Bronco.
No.
It's a Mini Cooper. A Club Mini edition.
Yeah. A stretch on the ground.
Make it make sense.
I told you this one easy like a layup. Like. Next slide.
Hold on, say it again.
Next slide.
There we go.
Pimping. Now.
This is the other angle. This is what you said earlier. That flower part.
Right. There's a retaining wall there. Still. They're showing a smoking house with no vehicle.
Man,
I had to make sure I had the right address.
This is a TikTok video or something. This is a picture of a TikTok video of some people doing a TikTok video at their house. And they making it seem like their house is burning, man.
Right. What's burning? Look, this is them filming from aerial. The house is on fire.
They set off one of those wrestler intro smoke bombs in the crib.
Right.
That's Triple H shit. They got that Triple H music and Kane. That's like the
right.
Like Kane pirate tech.
Right. And who the fuck is that guy standing there? Does he got a water hose in his hand?
That's direct.
He looked like the neighbor that was just there. Like, can I help with the water?
That's matter of fact, that's a Huffman character right there.
Right. That's a producer. Oh yeah, next slide.
He the one getting the footage that's gonna be released like
Right.
months later.
Right.
Footage of, never before seen footage of. That's him. That's him
Man.
recording it right there. Never before seen footage of. So what
Right.
you said?
Next slide.
There we go.
Yes. The whole garage is dry as fuck. And this is them saying it. They said new footage shows the inside of the property, which Anne Heche plowed into with her car.
Anne Heche.
Physically, her car couldn't have passed.
Anne Heche all up in somebody's garage. Look at the whole.
Didn't they show a
Listen, that's somebody's garage. They drove into the tool shed, man. Look at the hole, yo. It's not a hole. That's a cutout. That's a garage door or something right there. Yo.
Yeah. Yep.
Yo,
How can her car physically?
Her car made 90-degree angles.
Right.
Is it into the building?
And he's standing on the retaining wall.
For real? What is this, Pixel?
Right. He pixel whipping you.
Fuck, you trying to pixel whip me with this right here because that's a perfect ass cut right there.
Right. This supposedly burned up the whole house.
She should be making tunnels. The clubmen should be using that shit instead of the drill. They should be using the Mini Cooper clubmen to make perfect 90-degree cuts.
Right. Do you see how this? If this was the garage, how could she physically go over any of the shit in the garage? Everything is an obstacle. Everything would have stopped them tires.
And it's like, all right. It's just like in the movies. Again, you know, these are film producer people, and they think all the same. So it's just like, it's just like when somebody goes to jump off the bridge, or they get blown up, and something blow up, and they on the bridge, and they fly off the bridge, and the trash boat is just so happened to be floating by with all of this protective trash that this person can just fall into, and the trash boat takes them to safety. How many times have you seen that in the city? Right? Just like it with the Pentagon shit, where the plane just so happened to be a part of the building that was under construction.
Right. So it was the weakest point.
This car that veered out of control just so happened to drive directly into the garage door of a garage that's under construction.
That was open, apparently. It had no door. There's not even a function for the roof to have a garage door on it.
Maybe she drove through the wall, right? Because it's like, again, we gotta look at this from different perspectives because a lot of people don't.
Right. If we go back to the aerial.
Maybe she drove through the wall, right? And one.
Mm-hmm.
She went through the wall, and then they went in the garage, right?
Yep.
They say, okay, well, we can extract the car through the garage, right? Did they turn the car around when they got it in the garage?
There's got to be a whole nother side of the house.
Go get the people watching this again. Go get your smart people. Go get your smart friends.
Yep.
Go get that know-it-all. Go get that know-it-all
Mm-hmm.
and ask them what I'm asking you right now.
Right.
They dragged that car out of there. You think they turned it around in the garage?
And brought it out.
We can go through the garage and get the car out of the garage. If what we're looking at is incorrect. If we saying, how did this car drive perfectly into this garage, right?
Right.
If that's not the case. If the car drove into the wall and they had to come in through the garage to get the car. If that's the case,
They had to bring the car in.
So if that's the case, how do you explain the car being drug out ass first?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You think they turned it? I mean, it is Mini Cooper, right?
Right.
But the word here being mini, right?
Right.
So maybe that's the case, right?
But a car that low to the ground would have had a couple of issues. I'm willing to think that car can go through just some sheetrock and some rough framing.
Man, I'm starting to think like Incredible Hulk, or maybe
Yeah.
She-Hulk. Everything is like woman now, but so she
Right.
through that. Right. She-Hulk through that car through there. That's what happened.
Right.
Because a car that's low to the ground like that, right?
Cannot cross a retaining wall.
A car that sit low to the ground like that, and for that to cover those multiple retaining walls and go up the sidewalk. The only way we can explain for that car to penetrate that that house with that velocity is if she walked through it.
Do it. Do it through the window.
Yeah, she walked through the car through the house.
Do it through the window. Do it through the goddamn house.
Hell boy. Somebody.
Hell boy. What was Will Smith character before the smack?
Yeah, Will Smith, yeah. Will Smith. Yeah, the only human that I know that could have did that is Will Smith. Will Smith threw that, because he's the ultimate. As we know, Will Smith is the ultimate. Drop my phone. He's the ultimate superhero, right?
Right.
Not the black Will Smith, the other Will
Right.
Smith. You know what I'm saying? The pork Will Smith. The pork Will
Right.
Smith is invincible. Right. You know what I'm saying? He threw that car through the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure of it.
It had to be.
And it wasn't nobody but that damn Will Smith and his strong ass right arm. He threw that car through the fucking house, right through the house.
Straight through the garage. Set it on fire.
Well, I tell you, man, he is going through something. Hold on.
And we in one. We on one. What we hour and 21 minutes? Oh, we're going to get into some other current events too, but we finna go. This one right here finna set apart everything else. You're just lucky we can't put the videos up yet. Oh yeah, we just gonna work on slides. If you don't see me post for a minute, working on something. And that's what it looked like.
Yeah, ain't nobody but that damn Will Smith. They was filming I Am Legend too.
And
threw the fucking car through the window.
Man, let's see what. Next slide.
He went to the Poconos.
Right. Ah, here we are. Oh, that's that rooftop again.
Oh yeah, okay, we looked at this. Oh yeah, I mean, well, just to reiterate real quick. Anybody who does roofing.
Right.
What is this here? Somebody clarify what we're looking at right here. You know what I'm saying?
And look how they try to explain it away, though. The star was rushed to Grossman Burn Center at West Hills Hospital. While she was communicative during the rescue, it's been reported that she slipped into a coma shortly after and never regained consciousness. Firefighters are pictured at the scene. Ain't this a bitch?
Maybe because y'all have firefighters being paramedics. Maybe they might have accidentally put her in a coma
because that wasn't an emergency vehicle. They're
not paramedics. They're firefighters. I don't know.
Right.
I put these firefighters to work today. They had to put people on gurneys and shit. Crazy.
Now, this is how they brought her out the house. Now, this is the neighbor's house that they bringing her out of. Now, if you look at the top part, or I should say the bottom where her head and shit's supposed to be, they tied it.
Wait a minute. Time out. Too much for me right now. Hold up. I'm having a smart moment. Hold on. Why is she not in the car? How did she get out of the car in the house?
They said they extracted her.
Yeah, how did they? When she flew out the car? When she entered the house? The house is. It's not like she got out the car and laid on the floor.
Right.
Well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe that is what happened. Maybe she plowed into this person's house and then got out the car in the house. You know what I'm saying?
It was smoking.
Because, well, but if that's the case, all right. If she wasn't in the car, like if they had to extract the car and then her, or her and then the car,
Yeah.
whichever. Yeah. Because they didn't do it at the same time, right?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe they had 59 firefighters. They had enough people to pull that car out of there without a crane. They had manpower. Right. That shit, they could have put that car on their shoulders and
pulled that out. It was a clubman. They could have pushed it. It's a stretch.
Come on, man.
They could have pushed that shit.
That joint get like 23 miles per gallon of gas, man. Come on, man.
That is a mini BMW.
59 strapping men. They could have pulled that. They could have casketed that car out of there.
Yep. Like they casketed her.
Yeah, they could have casketed that car right out of there, man.
They could have pushed that shit out of there and threw water on it. And it saved.
Of course, I don't mean while the car is on fire. Come on.
Right.
Not being ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
It's not being realistic.
Once they got the car out, once they got the fire out, right?
Right.
It's enough of them. Theoretically, it's enough of them with enough manpower that they could all grab the side of that car and picked it and walked it out. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's a club. Right.
Yep.
Mini Cooper.
Weigh about as much as a dead body.
23 miles to the gallon. 59 people. Come on, man.
Right.
You know, I'm not tripping. They could have walked that car out of there.
Right.
I seen one man pick up a car by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And move it, you know, into a parking spot. You know what I'm saying? By itself, one man.
A Cooper.
59 men. They could have moved that. They could have moved that car. They didn't need no crane. Maybe that. You know what? That's how they must have turned the car around in the house. They picked it up and they turned it around, and then they got the crane to drag it out. But my question is,
right.
Y'all picked it up and turned it around because somebody had to turn the car around. Could have been a crane. The crane don't got that much reach. Right. Crane don't got that much reach to be spinning around all up in somebody's house, right?
I'm thinking they got a back door to that house.
The crane. This ain't the crane. This ain't the crane at the that's at Wow or you know the one that you put the dollar in to try to get the gift that you never get. It ain't one of them.
Right. The teddy bear.
Yeah, it ain't the teddy bear crane. That shit can't reach all in the crib like that.
Right.
I'm just saying, man.
Make it make sense. And how they describe it, they say the video from the scene shows her being carried away with burned clothes before being covered in a white sheet. Burn victims are regularly wrapped in a sterile sheet, doused in sterile water to cool the wounds. You're telling me that they had enough time to do that?
Now, we already saw her. Now all right, if that's her on the joint, right? Then once she got to now we seen the picture that when they got to that fire truck or that ambulance truck number 39.
Yeah.
She was up out of that strap. Look, she was up out of that
strap.
And she had
it wasn't tied down.
It looked tied down. Look at the slack right there.
Yeah, that wasn't buckled.
Unless that strap got starch on it, that shit is fastened. That shit ain't just sticking up like that. It ain't just hanging over to the side like that. That's a strap that's pulled.
Yep.
Look at the contour of the sheet around.
Yep. Like she wasn't supposed to get out that no more.
See how it goes into that? See how it goes? See how the whiteness of the sheet goes into the black strap right there?
Yep. Cutting into it.
Pun,
Hmm.
pun intended.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Uh,
it contours to suggest that there's some slack pulled right there. So
right.
you know these what I'm saying. These two things that I'm pointing out, they work together. So
Right.
the contour of the sheet and the placement of that strap right there would suggest that there's slack pulled right there to fasten that strap. So
Right.
how did she get up out of that strap and out of that sheet? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And why would they put the sheet? Why would they put her face first down and then
Yep.
put the sheet over top of her and then strap her down?
Yep.
Now,
If it's for help her burn.
If they strapped her down, then her kicks must be super flat.
Yep.
Like I mean, like super flat. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just saying. But like, look around the midsection area right there.
Yep.
If she's
Yep.
strapped down, then what we looking at would be her buttocks, right? That would be her butt
Mm.
right there, right? Because she was face down on the joint. So that's a strange way to be put on a gurney, right? Face down with the strap,
Mm-hmm.
with the strap over your back and over the back of your legs.
She was on her back.
That's what I'm saying. She was face down.
Yeah.
No, remember the aerial view that we looked at? We was looking at her back. We were looking at her
Yeah.
back.
She was sitting up. She's.
And she was sitting up on her. She had her elbows propped up under her. So if this is her,
Mm-hmm.
if this is her under the sheet, that means that she is face down with the sheet over top of her and two straps. One strap across her lower, her mid thigh
Leg.
and another strap,
Right.
across her solar plexus.
Chest.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
So how did she get up? Now for the sake of technology and shit, if you want to see what we're talking about, go back to the beginning of the video where we show her
Right.
being strapped, being propping herself up on her elbows. You know what I'm saying? And laying face down on the gurney. So if she's
Right.
laying face down on the gurney and pushing herself upwards, almost as she's doing a push up, or I guess, or at best a female push up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then that would also suggest that right here, what we're looking at is her face down with the sheet over her back and the straps over her back. And I'm saying, make it make sense. You know it all friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I work the paramedics, we did that all the time. All right, well, explain. Write it in the comments section. Explain to me why y'all got this girl wrapped up like Houdini.
And they ain't got no IV.
Remember I told you she was with David Blaine and he left his water in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He gave her some pointers for the upcoming act. This is how you gonna get out of this strap right here. Strap down backwards. Right. If somebody put you in, think about it. Somebody put you face down on the gurney with a sheet over your back and strapped you down. Number one, do you think that they were trying to help you or hurt you? I would think that person was trying to hurt me if you put me on a gurney face down and then put a sheet over me and then strap this sheet down over me. Oh, you trying to hurt me?
Yeah, she woke up.
Where is her head at? Where her head at? They cover her head.
Right. Yep. She was done. They didn't want to show no parts of it.
No, that's vicious. Her head wasn't.
Yep.
She wasn't ghost riding. She didn't ghost ride the whip. Not even a little.
That's what she didn't do.
Yep.
Next slide.
Now she must have. On the other hand, she must have ghost rided the whip if they dragged her out of the car. Matter of fact, before we go, she must have ghost rided the whip because how the fuck did they drag her out of the car? I mean, how the fuck are they taking her out of the house after or before they take the car out?
Right.
Next slide.
Right. And if you look at it,
We want to go back?
we going. Yeah. Just real quick. What part was she burned on? Because her feet, if you look, her feet is sticking out right there. And they show her arm on there too. So that's two spots where.
So is that supposed to be her hand right there?
Yep, they painted her hand and make it look like it was a little blood.
Now, all right, if that's her hand, it look like it's almost sticking out of a hole or something. But
Right.
Again, if that's her hand, then how do we explain her on the gurney, like how we showed at the head of the video? So
Right.
So if her hand is right there, then I mean that she was on her back, right? And you see her feet right there. So then I would suggest that she's on her back being brought out. So
Right.
she got it. So that means that she got up out the strap, right?
Right.
Which is strange. She got up out the strap. She got up from up under the sheet and then turned over and propped herself up on her elbows.
Right. And tried to get the fuck out the car.
Elbows on arms that allegedly have been severely burned.
Right. Because it ain't her legs.
You ever burn yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know how sensitive that shit is?
Yep.
You know how much that shit hurt? So for her to be putting pressure on her elbows, that pressure from her elbows would reverberate through the rest of her arm, causing her more pain than whatever she's dealing with at that present time because of the third-degree burns that she's got on her, right?
Yep, she would have broke that shit down.
She got yoga flames. So this is not a 1-degree burn. It's not a 2-degree. She got a third. She might have a 33 and a third.
Yes. Right.
Degree. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Uh-huh.
these burns could have very well had kept her from even being able to prop herself up if she was burnt to the degree that they said she was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kind of strange. You know what I'm saying? But again, she got up off the sheet. She did the Undertaker, right? She set up.
Mm-hmm.
She got up off the sheet, and then she turned over, and then got up on her shoulders to her elbows to prop herself up.
To try to get out the gut.
All while they carrying her to the stretcher.
Right. All in one motion.
Over uneven terrain and all of that. Right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yep. Next slide. Now, tell me how. Now let's start with the law of physics. That Mini Cooper couldn't have drove over any of that shit.
I'm just looking at this shit. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking of a car driving up over shit like
a monster truck rally.
This is a goddamn commercial for a Chevrolet Silverado or something.
Right. Like a rock.
Yeah. Like a rock. Driving over the mountain terrain shit. Shock test. This is a hell of a shock test right here.
And where did all that shit come from?
This is a goddamn Mini Cooper Clubman edition. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all.
I told you this is.
Y'all try to say I don't know what I'm talking about. You try to say that I'm crazy. You try to say I'm talking shit or making shit up. I'm done.
Yeah. This ain't reaching.
You don't deserve us if that's what you think. Because you really
Right.
Just stick your head in the sand and just whatever. If this is the type of shit that you believe, if this is the type of person that you would take home to your mom, you're insane. This is
Right.
If this is a person, you don't take this person home to your mom. This is a bad situation.
Yeah. Look, here's.
So this is a pet snake right here. Now, how the hell you believe shit like this? How you let people show you shit like this on a daily basis, and you don't question it.
Right.
And I can see somebody right here saying, well, you might consider this to be mundane, but it's just like a dirty dish.
Right.
It's just like when you sit at the restaurant and you go to pull out that steak knife and you hold it up to the sky, you see little stains on it, right? You see,
Yeah.
Well, I ain't eating off none of this shit because I don't know.
Right.
I need a clean plate. I need a clean knife, fork, all that. Hot
Yep.
water. You know what I'm saying? I need to season.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. So we've been pointing out dirty dishes in this sink for a long time.
Exactly.
Y'all eating off of contaminated dishes. You know
Right.
Right.
Like some of y'all eat chitlins.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I invited you to my house and I pulled out the finest china, you know, and I number two all on the china, and then I cleaned it off with the best sterilization process in the world, and then I fed you some food, and on the same plate you gonna say I ain't eating off that plate.
Mm-hmm.
Number two on that plate, and I don't want no parts of that, right? I know
Right.
I know.
Right.
I would too. But the thing is that I wouldn't eat no chitlins though. Cause that
Right.
hold the number two for years.
Right.
And you put it with some vinegar overnight, it ain't gonna get it, boo boo. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna get it.
Pun intended.
Just like you telling me that this car, motherfucking monster car rally over this shit in here, in this bunker.
You got to show me to get over the retaining wall first.
This is the same bunker that Arnold Schwarzenegger went and pulled that Gatling gun out of Terminator 2. You didn't drop through this shit in a Mini Cooper.
No.
Stop playing with me.
No.
Look at this shit.
That stuff burned there. That shit burned there.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at his knees.
There's no water in the fucking house. There's no water.
Look at his
None.
knees. And look at this shit. Look at whatever this junk that he's standing in front of. That shit is ashy as hell.
Come on. Not a drip of water.
That look like a car part from I'm done with y'all. This is a old ass something with dust on it. I don't even care what it is. I don't give a fuck if it's trash bags. There's fucking dust on it.
Yes, not a drip of water.
Drenched with water. There's dust.
They didn't even throw a water bottle. They didn't even throw a water bottle in the house.
This shit, whatever that shit like the back of a dusty ass TV. Or maybe they have the turbo back booster in that motherfucker. That's the turbo back booster. They drove into somebody hot rod, and that's the turbo back booster that we're looking at right there. But
Her car wasn't even raised.
And if he's standing, listen, this dude is not motherfucking. He is not 8 feet tall. This is not an 8 foot tall firefighter.
Right.
Look at the roof. Look at his head, and look at his fucking knees. He is standing atop alongside that obstruction right there. Whatever that obstruction is right there is higher than the front of the fucking car, just based off of where his knees are.
Yes, exactly.
She ain't driving that shit. If anything, she drove into that shit.
Yep.
Or the driver, and again, I ain't even want to say the driver. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or Incredible Sister Hulk threw it in there.
Will Smithages.
Yeah, that damn Will Smith.
I bet he will. Smith and Wesson.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was that damn Will Smith though.
Yeah. Next slide. This where it gets a little scary. Now, remember I told you to look out for that guy again, right? Yeah, we're going to need to see that phone, too. Now, do you see that little plant that they're using to hold the fucking gate open? is the same plant that was standing in front of the retaining wall. That's the smoking gun right there.
And they're moving props around.
You can't. That is the exact same plant.
All of this stuff is available on Amazon, by the way. The pot, all of the clothes that they wear and shit.
Yeah. Look, somebody even beat up the gate.
Everything right here is product placement. This is product
Right.
placement. Come on, man.
Who moved the plant? Tell me who. She did. She didn't crash into the plant.
You can get the replica on Etsy, man. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous.
Who beat the gate up?
Listen, these motherfuckers, they drove into some witch's house, some voodoo house. They got like magic pots and shit that they prevent the house from burning, just strategically placed all around the house.
Right. I was supposed to believe that, right?
This lady drove into Truman Burbank neighborhood.
It was a Hollywood house.
You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous.
Yes.
They got break rooms in the elevator or in that house.
Man. They had to fire the elevator guy because he couldn't figure out the route. Right. Next slide.
So we just point out some more shit right here. In Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This is really Hollywood. They moved the fucking plant.
What does that say right here? That damn plant.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an iPhone that he got right there? Maybe it's a Pixel. It depends on who's.
Yeah. Right. Let's wait till we get to the videos. They said that lady got injured because they was going file felony complaint.
Now, I'm assuming that this lady that we're looking at right here that has these tights that are available on Amazon for some odd dollars, something that's suitable to your budget. I'm sure of it. They want
Right.
So she's supposed to got hurt, right?
Right.
So, if she got hurt in this, I would think one of her greatest injuries would be psychological.
Right.
If a car plowed into the house, and let's say she was in the house, right?
Yeah.
Or in some close proximity of the house, the car entering the house.
Right.
She was back there in the rubbish, fixing the turbo back booster, or she was back there putting extra dust on the shit.
Trying to make sure it hit 88 miles.
She was back there putting extra dust on the set to make it look dusty. And when the car plowed into the house, that she would be emotionally distraught.
Right.
She looked like she just checking it up out here.
Right.
Is this like a Ring doorbell camera from the day before or something, or
Nah, that's supposed to be the incident.
This don't look like post-accident vibes. I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Post-accident
Yeah.
vibes are somber as fuck.
Right.
You just hear like ambient calls for Jesus. Lord Jesus.
Right. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. You know what I'm saying? And look of disgust everywhere. Does that posture imply disgust? I'm just saying.
Nah. You gotta throw the hand up.
Her posture says water cooler. It doesn't say accident.
No.
No.
Right. Yes.
Look at him. I'm just saying.
Now, There goes that plan again.
Right, and I don't see her. I don't see where she got a bandage. Like if she's a G out there, just standing out there busting it up, just bleeding. Like, oh yeah, you know,
Right.
I heal fast.
Right. Oh yeah.
Animanium. No, I'm just fine. I won't be emotionally distraught. I won't be injured until later. That's not. They had to
right.
They have to put that corn syrup on her. They ain't put corn syrup on her yet.
Right. Look, and with I even had to throw the picture back in there of the retaining wall and the plant that was in front of the retaining wall that they just so happened to move and use it to prop the gate open. Same photo. I mean,
the car broke the gate.
Right. It broke the gate.
Yeah, broke the house too.
And set it on fire.
Well, you know, shout out to Stringer news media.
Yeah.
They've been sending me on route to record incidents car versus house. And the three times that I recorded car versus house won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? House won.
Right.
So it's like, you don't see cars like penetrate houses like this unless they're thrown by Cousin Hawk, aka She-Hawk, or that damn Will Smith.
Yep. Damn Will Smith.
It's Hancock Will Smith. It's
yeah.
Drunk Will Smith. He threw the car.
Right.
Through the house.
After slapping old boy.
Right. And he threw the car through the house. He threw one of them Triple H intro smoke bombs in there. They're having a cookout. You know what? We are looking at a fire from a deep fried turkey.
Right.
That's a deep
It
fried
just got out of hand.
Yeah, it's a deep fried turkey fire that somebody in their tool shed it got out of hand, and they're using this shit right here. That's what this
Right.
Deep fried turkey.
Because where in the hell did you find a car?
Cause you gotta be a turkey if you believe this, man. You know what I mean?
Look. Oh yeah. Now we got old boy. But let's get into the technical aspect. It says posting on Instagram, she said, this entire situation is tragic, and there really are just no words. I'm sending love to everyone involved.
You see boy right
That,
there?
yeah,
He wrote it. Yeah. And that's a smoking gun right there.
yep,
He's writing that shit that they said that she wrote. He's typing it right there on his phone.
yep,
That's his job. His job is the social media. He's the social media hand in this whole production. So his
Yep.
job was the God damn. My fault. I just seen some fun bags, but his job in this. His job in this was to write the social media post, and we got him on camera right there. That's him right there. That's the social media hand right there.
mm-hmm. So yeah.
All right. So what is this house here?
Right.
Is this like the side of somebody else's house, the neighbor house, or the house in question?
Right. It's got the same gate.
Because this lady came outside. She looked like she coming outside. Now, because I'm thinking what I'm looking at is maybe this lady in the red who they said is injured. Maybe she was coming. Like if I didn't know any better, I would think that she was coming over there to get help from them. Like she's leaning down, like she helping her from off of her stoop or whatever. Right. If this house just got like a fire and shit, like she's pretty comfortable around that shit. I don't know. Right. strange. At this point, it's slide 17. It's baffling. It's weird now. Now it's just getting. It's Twilight Zoning now. You know what I'm saying?
Now, as we can see here, they didn't bother to even move the retaining wall. Because physically, the car can't, get past that return.
Yo, is this car look like it's been placed in the driveway, man?
It has.
This is too perfect.
There's no water.
Look at the back of the window.
It's dirty. I could have wrote, wash me.
It's dirty. Yeah. Straight to the point. It's fucking dirty. That looked like somebody wrote "wash me" on the back. You know what? This
Right.
Car, they got this car from a fucking they ain't fooling nobody. They got this car from a scrapyard, man.
Right.
That shit, they got shit written on the back for like parts and shit. That's part
Right.
numbers on the back.
Right.
Ain't got no damn part numbers on the back of the window.
Right. But you see how they?
But for real though, I don't know what the right is, but I guess that's we know that's you wrote in the I know you wrote the
Yeah.
you put the scene together. I'm just
Right.
Right. But the fact of the matter is that the window itself is ashy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shout out to Pope for adding the graphics. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
in my opinion, I wouldn't have put the graphics over the window. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
in the detective eye, if you have it, you can see for yourself or you need to zoom in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can see through the window, and the whole back of the car really is ashy.
It's dry. It should be steaming.
Right.
If it was ever on fire.
When you put a car on fire out, it'd be like kicked up, like that shit starts
Right.
like kicked up, like soot and all that.
I had a car melt on me.
Paint, yeah, that should be melting and that should be like
A mercury safe.
That shit don't look like that. That should be looking like dirt. Like it be looking like little mounds of dirt and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like crushed up like little shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that should be all over the place when they put a car fire out. This is insane, man. I can't see what you wrote right here because it's like super small. So you want to fill us in right here? Oh, you got kicked out of there? Let me get him back in there. We work them little small fights. But come on, man. Make it make sense. Right? We see windows bust out. But not the back window. Interesting. Why they ain't bust out the back window? Man, this shit suspect, man. I'm gonna move to the next slide. We about to the end about just about, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna get into some videos, you know. But physics, math matters, you know what I'm saying? Because why is this car? I'm gonna keep driving this same point on. Why is this car ass first being dragged out ass first? Again, like it looked like this car is placed right here. I don't see you back there, man. Fuck yourself up, man. Whatever. Alright, here you go. Get your bandwidth together, man. That's an order. There you go. Can you hear me? Yo. Yo, if you want to start, queue up those videos of this shit, because we pretty much done with this slide. I don't know if you can hear me. There's only like one more slide, and I guess while he getting himself together, I don't know if he frozen. Night King got you or what? But, Night King got this nigga, man. Now he wrote right here. Does anybody know what this vehicle is? And, we've been asking the questions, all morning. Go get your smart friends. Go get Mr. Know-It-Alls, and somebody tell me what this is. Now it looked like an ambulance to me, right? But it says no emergency lights, right? Now it is kind of blurry, in fairness, but emergency vehicles, we have very noticeable lights. You gotta get your bandwidth together. I don't know what's going on. Get your data situation together. You know what I'm saying? Back. I got you on there, but you gotta get it together, man. Let me know if I'm saying something wrong. But while he doing that, we had the 23rd slide right here. So, like in the head of the video, we showed that the girl was from that show Wag the Dog. You know what I'm saying? So I remember they showed her being put into that suspect looking ambulance, right? That had the 39 on top, right? Conveniently placed, quite visible for you to see, right? So right here, let me move this real quick. Let's see if I can move this out the way. All right, so Wag the Dog in gematria. You know what I mean? And this is the alphanumeric coding system, the practice of coding numbers and words. That these people use on all of these damn news stories. So before as we make that transition, I'm gonna just point out some of these things. While my man's get his shit together. You know what I mean? You back on? All right. Stand back and be amazed. All right. All right. Here we go. So Wag the Dog equals 63. You know what I'm saying? And of course we know people who hide behind blue doors and walk on black and white floors, they like that number 6. And they like displaying that number 6 to you in 3s. So, consider this a calling card. You know what I'm saying? So, Anne Heche. I'm calling her Heche. I don't know what her name is for real. But, like I said, if Boner can be Boehner, then whatever her name is can be Heche. So Anne Heche right here equals 63, right? What a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? How many times is a coincidence possible before it's mathematically possible? And of course we got some other numbers up there that hold some significance. Like the number 33, right? Those people who hide behind blue doors and walk on black floors. You know what I mean? Those jesting wits. You know what I'm saying? They those jesting wits and pressing dents. They get it in with the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a coincidence that this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Now kind of fuck my own self up. Now I gotta I took out the part that I wanted to put in. but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Because I can make it real quick, you know, so hold on. Cause I wanna post the synchronicity shit that these people be on. So, you know, this is live. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, here we go. Alright. Let's get that up on the screen. So I don't know which one is which, so I'm just gonna throw these up here real quick so I can get them up quick. Alright, boom. Alright, my man coming back on. So
All right, I can stay this time. They're saying I can stay this time.
now you there you go.
Man,
Do this shit all fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You know, go back, check the work, you know, follow the hashtags, you know, look at the different groups and different people doing this, because I ain't the only one doing this. You know, I ain't new to this, I'm true to this, though, you know. But that's a whole nother can of worms. But let me pull this slide up so I can show you this last little point that I'm trying to make with the synchronicity. Oh, wait a minute, that's something else. Yeah. So, alright. Live on the spot, fucking shit up. This is a whole nother can of worms right there. So, those, this gematria is in that phone. So I would have to open that up, and that ain't about to work right now. But you gotta get pulled back in here so you can get the video up there. So you got some video for us. So you got that with her face all crazy. You got some video for us? Yo.
Birds don't play to their potential.
Yo. Painted, yeah, that shit did look like a motherfucking U-Haul truck. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy as shit. Alright. I'm gonna try to make this joint and try to pull this up on this side real quick. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. My apologies. We back, you know what I mean? Struggle streaming, you know.
struggle streaming.
You know, we struggle streaming. So,
That's right.
you know what I mean?
Donate, please.
Yeah, donate if you donate. But you know, we about to go and get the pitchforks for StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get the pitchforks for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These be having us scrambling, but y'all actually be having us step in our game up, because we learn to overcome all obstacles. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing it live.
Right.
When you're doing it lively. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Struggle streaming. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. It is. Alright, so I wanted to add this slide right here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to reiterate, what I was talking about earlier, with this alphanumeric coding system and the synchronicity behind this, right? So we have Anne Heche, right? Who was driving a Mini Cooper, and she was the star in the movie Wag the Dog. So as you can see on the screen right here, Mini Cooper equals 63, right? So Mini Cooper equals 63, and Hinch equals 63.
Tiger uppercut.
Right. Wag the Dog equals 63, and we seen the 63 symbolism, of the 39, or rather the inverse of 39, painted on top of the red U-Haul truck, like Jared Jaguar said. Shout out to Jared Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? Or painted on top of the red U-Haul truck. Because it's a fictional Wag the Dog event. And Wag the Dog essentially means that it's cat. All of this shit is just cat. And it's done ritualistically. Right up under your nose, right to push agenda, right to get you to go along with shit that you probably wouldn't have if they didn't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Pope, what you got for us, man? You got some video clips for us that you want to add? Or did you add them already? I don't know if you did. Struggle streaming. You know what I'm saying? Struggle streaming. And a goddamn StreamYard with that damn Will Smith, they meddle in our affairs. Meddling in our affairs. That shit is crazy, man. So, how many times is a coincidence possible before it's mathematically impossible? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like in a movie script. All of these things conveniently coincide with each other to create a fictional movie type situation, that adds more, that leaves more questions than answers. You know what I'm saying? It's always that way. This is be some shit that's on. This shit should be on Unsolved Mysteries. With the boy with the trench coat. You know what I'm saying? Or on the night of June 3rd board. You know what I mean? This shit is crazy. But once again, another fake story in the news. A lot of people look over it. They don't pay attention to this kind of shit. But they doing this shit every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was telling my man Reese, shout out to Reese from Philly. I said to him, I was like, yo, you notice all these stories that be happening in the news, they all got somebody that's 17 years old that's either shot or doing a shooting or a carjack. All of them got 17-year-olds in every story. You know what I'm saying? Just like how they give you the 11-year anniversary or something. What is the 11-year anniversary? I thought it was the 10-year anniversary. But, there's certain things that the news do and it does, that there's certain things that have been done by the news. You know what I mean? That have been done with predicated malevolence in a ritualistic, synchronistic fashion. I don't know if that's a word I might have been. But, it is done every day. Just not paying attention to it. Now some people watch the news. Some people allow themselves to be entertained. And, people like myself and my contemporaries, we investigate our vision, and we use these subpar stories and these fables that they tell us, and they tell y'all on the news every day to back on themselves to kind of give you a proper awareness of the false reality that we live in. You know what I'm saying? And people, constructing all kind of little bullshit behind the scenes to get you to go along with shit or to be looking this way. You should be looking left when you're looking right. You know what I'm saying? Hallmark card type shit. It's all suspect, man. You know what I mean? These people is crafty, man. So, you gotta take what you see on TV with a grain of salt. Like, remember the old saying, they say, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Or rather, you gotta be from Missouri. You gotta show it to me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show me. You know, you gotta make it make sense. And you know, again, all the people out there that the naysayers or the people say we tripping or we reaching and all that, all of that's welcome. I appreciate that intellect and not being a gopher, but I'm not the one that's trying to get you to go for anything. You know, you having this mindset that truth is predicated on authority, when to the contrary, it's the other way around. You know what I'm saying? And people, that think that way, they fuck themselves up by thinking that, authority is what makes something true. This is true because somebody of authority said it, right? Something that's true has its own authority. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we got all the censorship shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they do what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? With videos and things that they don't want you to think about or talk about or look at. We're not slandering people and talking nonsense here. So you know how they do. The people that make that do the most ratchet, ignorant, dumb, stupid videos that violate all of the terms and conditions and shit, they shit skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like when you dropping knowledge and you lifting the veil, so to speak, and you exposing and you teaching and just trying to help your fellow man. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm gonna leave that shit there. Or maybe we can get Pope on to put these videos up, because I don't got the videos. I don't got them. I'm co-hosting this dissertation. You know what I'm saying? So if he don't come back on, I guess we're gonna sign back off. We're gonna sign off. That'll be it. Now, I see you trying to chime on, but I don't know if it's the connection or what. Like, what's up? What's going on? Can you hear me? Cause I definitely need you to come on right about now, because I don't have the videos. I don't know if you sent them to me, but I don't have the clips.
Uppercut.
Right. Somebody sent me something, but this dude ain't sent me the clips. So listen, I'm gonna give it like a minute, 2 more minutes or something, and if he can't get back on, then we're gonna sign off. Maybe he might come back on. Ooh, some niceness out here. Listen, brother, are you there? Do you need me to do something for you right here? Because well, look, we're gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock out, because that's about it. I'm gonna give you Pope. I'm giving you 1 minute to get back on, or I'm ending the stream. And you can't get mad at me. I know you got some more jewels to present, but if you don't get back on this stream in 1 minute, I'm sacrificing it. I'm pressing 7 on it. You know what I'm saying? To delete this message, press 7. Save it, press 9. 1 minute. Queuing up my outro. Queuing him up, because listen, I ain't gonna stand around and do this now. know what I'm saying? All right. Well, with that said, I say peace and benedictions. Only you can prevent cognitive dissonance. And, you know, it's better to know something than to believe it. Truth is undefeated. Yo.
You win. Perfect.
I am the best in the world at what
I have the balls
do.
to say things that nobody else has the balls. This is power. Nobody can touch me. This voice, this is power.
There is nobody that eats, sleeps, or breathes this business more than me.
You're not as good as I am.
I'm the best.
You're not as good as me. I never had to call myself the best in the world. Other people said it for me.
In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb.
I am part of a special I am one of a literal dying breed.
Everything I have, I've fought for and
Didn't
I've
care
earned.
what the hierarchy thought of us.
I wouldn't have 5 years of pent-up ammunition to unload on him. I wouldn't have so much to say.
And yeah, I got a bad attitude and a bad reputation.
I tend to piss a lot of people off.
But I didn't give a damn. And yeah, I developed a chip on my shoulder because I knew I was the best.
I am the best in the world at what I do.
Do I have everybody's attention now?